Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome to my show where I look at various ways to increase your income as well as thoughts on investing in the stock market. Remember, this is not financial or investment advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, just somebody on YouTube providing entertainment. But before we start, could I get you to please click the subscribe button below? It would really help me out in building a following on YouTube. Thanks. So it's 2022 and you think that you want to invest in silver. Maybe it's because you believe that we have hyperinflation, or at least inflation on the horizon, and you think that precious metals like silver will be a hedge against inflation. Now, this video is on how to buy in silver, but before you even invest a penny in a precious metal, I think you should really consider not doing it. In a previous episode that I produced, which is episode 28, I lay out an argument why warnings of hyperinflation are incorrect. And even though we have higher inflation now than we've had in a number of years, I show with graphs that precious metal prices do not outpace inflation. Again, I would encourage you to look at that video after this one, but I will now explain how to buy silver if you really want to. I think for many people, especially those who don't actually own precious metals, they envision accumulating bars or ingots or coins. Maybe eventually they'll have a whole room 3 feet deep in gold coins like Scrooge McDuck, but I would argue against owning coins. There's a number of reasons for this, and before we look at those, let's look at different kinds of silver coins. Of course, there are old numismatic silver coins. These are coins issued throughout the world long ago that have a higher value placed on them by coin collectors than the underlying value of the silver in them. That is the silver value of them if you just melted them down. So let's not even consider that, because they're not an investment in silver. That's an investment in an old collectible coin. Now, old coins are invested in by investors if the coins are not really worth more than the underlying silver content in them. And here I'm talking about American silver coins manufactured before 1964. These are often quoted as $1,000 in face value. So if you have coins that are still worth $1,000 in face value, if you were to spend them, but of course the silver content is much higher than $1,000. And just so you understand, silver coins that have a face value of $1 have the equivalent of about 0.77 ounces of silver. So if you had an old silver dollar or 10 old silver dimes and you melted them down at an assay office, you would have slightly over 3/4 of an ounce of silver. And that's very, very roughly $15 today. But probably the most common way now that investors invest in silver coins are modern ones, usually 1 ounce pieces, that may have a nominal face value of $1, depending on the country, but really sell for a premium over whatever the silver price is. They can also come in fractions of an ounce or multiples of an ounce. And I'm going to assume that you're probably dealing with a local coin or bullion dealer. So if you buy from them, understand what the costs are going to be. If you bought a 1 ounce United States silver coin where the price of silver is $20 an ounce, are you paying $20 or are you paying a premium? If you were to buy it and then immediately turn around and sell it back to the dealer, would you get your money back, or would you be losing on the transaction fees? And keep in mind, there are different premiums often for coins manufactured by different countries. Some countries are more desirable than others, even though the underlying value of the precious metal is the same. And keep this in mind, legitimate coin dealers are supposed to keep records when they buy precious metals from you, even if they are coins you bought from them. So don't think that the IRS isn't going to necessarily know about your precious metal dealings. And I'm going to admit that I'm not an expert in all aspects of buying and selling gold and silver coins, but I have been dealing in coins, tokens, and paper money as a part-time business for over 30 years. And think about this before we look at the statistics. All those people selling you gold and silver and other precious metals, how do they want to be paid? In dollars. If they thought that gold or silver was such a valuable commodity to have, then why are they trading their valuable commodity to you for your depreciating fiat currency? So, If I recommend against holding physical silver coins, what would I do if I wanted to buy silver as an investment? I would buy one of the two main silver ETFs traded on the stock market. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. It's a mutual fund that is made up of solely of gold or silver. I will look at charts for each one. Both of these are equivalent to approximately 1 ounce of silver. I'm going to show charts of various lengths of time concerning the performance of the following. It may go by quickly, but all you have to do is click on the pause button. The first one is the iShares Silver Trust, ticker symbol SLV. The second one is the Aberdeen Standard Physical Silver Shares ETF, ticker symbol SLVR. If you have a brokerage account, and hopefully it's a discount one where you don't pay transaction fees, you can buy and sell these anytime the markets are open. So that's it. That's my recommendation if you are going to invest in silver as an investment or even a speculation. But I don't recommend that you necessarily invest in silver as an investment or even a speculation. I think that from what the charts show, that silver is not a good investment, but if you understood that and you think there is an opportunity for a short-term speculation, then using one of these two vehicles would probably be your best bet. Before you even buy shares in these, be sure to look at internal fees that may exist for the managers of these funds to operate holding large amounts of bullion. So that's what I have to say on the matter, but what about your opinion? Do you own gold or silver, or have you been thinking about purchasing it? Did I change your mind, or at least give you something to think about? I would love it if you would leave comments in the comment section below and let me and the other viewers know your opinion. And it's perfectly okay if you disagree with me. Here's your opportunity to convince me that I'm wrong.